Test 1, 2. And folks, so we think we are back here. I'm not sure if the audio is any better or not. The Broncos are batting here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Connor Allen has just had his first hit of the season. And batting for the Broncos is Tucker Catlett. He is not an official at bat. He walked back in the 3rd inning, 6-2 in favor of Dodge City. And Catlett hits one foul territory, and that will just get over the fence over here on the first base side and out of play. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Ben Reuter says things sound better. So hopefully we've got everything taken care of. Ben, appreciate it. Enjoyed talking to Toby earlier, by the way. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Tucker Catlett. Again, this year, if you're regular, I know we have some returners from last year. We got a little bit of different equipment set up this year. So this is just my 2nd time getting it used and the first time in 9 days. So not sure what I did wrong to start, but I think we've got it fixed now. The 2 pitch, Catlett stays with it and bounces it foul. Trying to put on Twitter that we are back on the air with new link. Of course, if you subscribe to my page for free, it'll be up there. Two pitch, and Catlett, boy, he tried to hold back on it, but just couldn't, as the pitcher, Connor Van Cleve, took a little bit off on that one. So a strikeout swinging for Catlett, and the Broncos go to the top of the order. And it's Jordan Anstandig. And the first pitch to Anstandig is in there, strike 1. Lefty on lefty, Anstandig got an infield single in the 1st inning and struck out in the 3rd. So no balls and a strike, 6-2 Dodge City, 6 runs on 4 hits for the A's, 2 runs on 4 hits for El Dorado. Curveball drops down low for ball 1. Oh, a ball and a strike to Jordan Anstandig. And the pitch, and that one's just a bit outside. 2 balls and a strike. Had a lot of folks watching on the first stream there, and slowly but surely trickling back in. I put the link on the El Dorado and Dodge City Twitter page. Beautiful curveball for strike 2. Again, if you tuned in a little bit late, Connor Van Cleve, the pitcher for Dodge City. Boy, he's a good one. 6'7", 235, pitches at Kansas University. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch, fastball in, and it's full. Jared Coyne waits on deck for El Dorado. So the 3-2 pitch, and that one stays high, and a walk to Anstandig. And the Broncos have a little something going here, and we'll get a mound visit from the A's. So a 1-out walk sends Connor Allen to second base and Anstandig at first, and Jarrett Coyne stepping in. Again, my email address, I've heard from Michelle Coyne and Ben Reuter, cadenbroadcasting@gmail.com. That's with a C, C-A-D-E-N, Caden Broadcasting. And in the past, it's always been fun when folks, they'll take their iPad or their phone to maybe another baseball game or a Brothers game or something and send me a photo of how they're watching and listening. It's always fun to see how all of you are enjoying Bronco baseball from wherever you might be. We've had listeners and viewers from all over the place. Here's Jarrett Coyne. He's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout. 2 runners on with 1 away for El Dorado against Van Cleve. And the pitch, and that's high and away, ball 1. Jarrett Coyne on the young season coming into tonight was hitting .259. That average has dipped a little bit, going 0 for 2, but a hit here would jump it right up there. 1 ball and no strikes to Jarrett Coyne. And the pitch, curveball, and that's out of the zone. And it's ball 2. Connor Allen led off the inning with a sharp single into left field. A strikeout of Catlett and a walk to Anstandig. Here's Jarrett Coyne, and he had a notion, couldn't pull the trigger, and it's in there for strike 1. 2 balls and a strike, and a little bit of a delayed steal over to third base is Connor Allen. The old delayed steal. Caught Gary and I both off guard. All of a sudden, there's Allen at third, and there was no throw. 2 balls and a strike and a pitch. The runner from first going, and that one hit Coyne, and Allen is charging in, but he's going to have to go back. It's a hit by pitch right on the foot. And another mound visit. I didn't see anyone warming in the Dodge City bullpen. Now, it is a warm night. I don't think it'll take anyone terribly long to get warm, but the bases are loaded with 1 out, and El Dorado has something cooking, trailing 6-2. We're going to have a pitching change. We'll be back. You're watching and listening to Bronco Baseball on YouTube. And welcome back. So Dodge City makes a change. Robert Gonzalez, 5'8", lefty from Arizona Western College. He comes in to take on Tanner Sheets. Sheets with a home run tonight, a 2-run homer in the first inning. Bases loaded, 1 away, and the lefty Gonzalez, and that's outside, ball 1. 6-2 Dodge City, bottom of the 5th inning. Gonzalez with his sign. The 1-0 pitch. Curveball, and Sheets was on it, but missed it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Allen led off the inning with a single. Catlett struck out. Anstandig walked. Coyne was hit by a pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-handed batter, Tanner Sheets, and that one's nubbed foul. It'll stay foul. It had some funky spin. I was afraid that might spin back fair. But Sheets had a good read on it. So A ball and 2 strikes to Sheets, and that one's way outside, ball 2. Gonzalez in his 3rd game of the year for Dodge City. Here's a pitch. That one bounces in, and it's full, 3-2. 10 strikeouts on the year for Gonzalez. 10 strikeouts in 6 1/3 innings. So he is a strikeout guy. He wants one here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away for El Dorado. Tanner Sheets looking at this full count pitch. Here it comes. Fastball is in there for strike 3, and Sheets didn't like it. Barks at the umpire a bit. And now you just got to get out of there. And there's 2 away, and John Sorensen comes up. A big strikeout for Gonzalez. But the A's aren't out of trouble yet. Here's Sorensen, the number 4 hitter. He has 2 flyouts against Van Cleve, 1 to left, 1 to center. And lefty on lefty, nice pick in the turf by Noel, the catcher for Dodge City. One ball and no strikes to Sorensen. And the pitch and the curveball. Sorensen hung in there and then got out of the way at the last moment just as it started breaking, but did not get the dish for Gonzalez. 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0. Low, ball 3. So a 3-0 count here to John Sorensen. Bases loaded for the Broncos, and the pitch is high, a 4-pitch walk to Sorensen. So Allen will come all the way around and score. And here is Maddox Solomon. Base is still loaded, 2 outs. And it's 6-3 Dodge City. And the first pitch to Solomon, fastball right down the middle for strike 1. And Solomon had a good whack there, but fouled it out of play. So Gonzalez ahead here, 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch, ooh, close. Gonzalez tried the outside and missed. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. To Maddox Solomon. And the pitch, and a swing and a miss. And Gonzalez comes in and gets a couple of strikeouts. He did walk one in, but he avoided major damage here in the 5th. The Broncos score 1 on 1 hit. They leave them loaded. We head to the 6th inning, Dodge City 6 and El Dorado 3. Top of the 6th inning here from McDonald Stadium. Carlos Soriano will lead it off for the A's. And this is the 2nd inning of work for Michael Cheney. 6'4", 215 out of Plano, Texas. Boy, Van Cleve was 6'7", Cheney's 6'4". And that pitch just missed. The Broncos feel like, and Gary and I feel like they've been squeezed a little bit pitching and have received, the A's have received a little generosity on the other side. That pitch well out of the zone, ball 3. Ariano is 0 for 2. Popped out to the pitcher. And flew out to left field. The 3-0 pitch from Cheney is not there, and it's a leadoff walk. Had some folks tell me during our first stream that it sounded like I was in a tunnel. The webcam or the camera I'm using, for some reason, that microphone was the one on. So that's what was wrong, and we disabled that, and then that disabled everything as far as my microphones go. That's why we were quiet for about an inning. Is this we got a pinch hitter here for Dodge City. Who is it? Dylan Johnson pinch hitting for Schinkel. Left-handed batter is Dylan Johnson from Fresno State, and he looks at ball 1. Johnson has played in 3 games this year, 10 at-bats, a couple of hits, so a 200 batting average. 1 ball and no strikes from Cheney, and that's out of the zone. So 6 in a row out of the zone for Cheney, and he nearly stumbled over the mound. Two balls, no strikes. And that one misses. 3-0. Runner at first is Ariano. Johnson pinch hitting with a 3-0 count. That one's in there for strike 1. Three-one pitch, runner moving, and a foul tip by Johnson. So Ariano will return to first. Last night's game, Gary informs me, will be made up in Dodge City. July 19th. And a high pitch, Johnson able to hit it towards second. A slow roller now over to first and just in time to retire Johnson. Anstandig couldn't do much more. Had to wait for that high chop and is able to retire Johnson. Moving on to second base is Ariano. So the same 2 teams here tomorrow night. And again, we'll have the broadcast of the rest of the home games here for El Dorado. And then a day off Thursday before a weekend trip to Brent Gould Stadium in Liberal. One of Gary's favorite hangouts. 1 away for the A's here in the 6th. And it's Kyle Cullen. And Cullen looks at ball 1. Cullen singled and scored. He was the instigator in that 4-run 3rd inning for Dodge City. Had a bunt single. He walked in the 4th. Pitch from Cheney is low, ball 2. So home game here tomorrow with Dodge, and then the next home game broadcast will be on June 20th when the Aviators from Hayesville are in town. 2-0 pitch. Low again, ball 3. Good job by Payne to gather that. And Ariano unable to advance. If you go to ElDoradoBroncos.org and go to the team news, you can see the schedule. The Broncos are really home heavy in July. 3-0 pitch is in there for strike 1. The Broncos are home from July 3rd to July 15th with one off day in there. Three balls and a strike. And the pitch, that one's low, ball 4. Payne trying to get to the baseball. Cullen trying to not get run over. So a couple of walks here in the 6th inning for Dodge City, and that'll turn the order over to David Gonzalez, the leadoff hitter. Gonzalez has struck out, walked, and been hit by a pitch. So 0 for 1 officially. First pitch, was that in there for a strike? That was not in there for a strike. That's a ball. I was trying to look. Looks like El Dorado's getting some action down in their bullpen. One ball and no strikes here to David Gonzalez. 6-3, Dodge City, top of the 6th inning. And the pitch, that's way over the catcher's head, and both runners will advance. So Cheney, who was really good in the 5th inning, went through number 4, 5, 6 in the order. But 2 walks and now a wild pitch. And the pitch in there. 2 balls and a strike to David Gonzalez. Runners at 2nd and 3rd, and a swing and a miss, and it'll be 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to David Gonzalez. Strikeout would be big here for Cheney. Payne sets up on the outer 3rd. The pitch is out there, but low, ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes to David Gonzalez, their leading hitter. Here's a 3-2 and a high chopper, and that's going to score a run. Tough play over to first. What a scoop by Sargent to get the out of Gonzalez. Anstandig with the putout, but an infield ground out scores a run, and it's 7-3. And Jordan Vujovic will come up. Moving over to third base is Cullen. So a couple of ground outs to second base in the inning, but 2 walks and a wild pitch. And the A's have a run in here in the 6th inning. And a chopper foul off of Vujovic. Vujovic goes to Delta College. He's out of Sacramento, California. Two away for the A's here in the 6th inning. And the throw from Cheney is high again, and Payne no chance. That'll be another wild pitch, I'm pretty sure there, and a free run. Cullen will score. That's the second time tonight that the A's have scored on a wild pitch. 8-3, Dodge City. The A's coming into play tonight, standing in 4th place in the Jock League, 2-2. El Dorado is in 5th place at 2-3. Here's the 1-1, and that's high, 2-1. Hayes is 4-1. Liberal and Derby are both 4-2. Hayesville is in 6th place at 2-4, and Great Bend 0-4. Are all 4 of their losses by 1 run? 3 of them. 3 of Great Bend's 4 losses by 1 run. 3 balls and a strike. And the pitch, and that's outside, ball 4. 3rd walk in the inning. And it looks like another new hitter here. Dalen Nanny is going to come up and hit for Dodge City. Fiecchio had been 1 for 3 with a 2-run double back in the 3rd inning. His hit in the 3rd inning really was the big hit for the A's. So Dalen Nanny, left-handed batter, and he looks at ball 1. Got any numbers on Nanny? We sure do. 10 at-bats on the year, 3 hits. He's been hit by pitch 3 times already this year. The 1-0, that's in there for strike 1. So a ball and a strike here to Nanny. And Cheney in there again for strike 2. So a ball and 2 strikes to Nanny. 8-3 Dodge City. They've scored 2 here in the 6th. And the pitch is low. Payne comes popping out of there. A little bit of a bluff down at first by Vujovic. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two away. And the pitch to Nanny is low, ball 3. Dodge City this inning, 2 groundouts to Anstandig at second, but 3 walks, 2 wild pitches, and they've scored twice. And the 3-2, that's outside, ball 4. There is action in the El Dorado bullpen. Here's Jake Cruz. Cruz with a high towering home run down the right field line in the 1st inning gave Dodge a 2-0 lead. Since then, infield groundouts to second and to short. He's got 3 RBIs on the night. And a swing and a miss, strike 1. The 0-1 pitch coming. Cheney winds and deals. That's outside, ball 1. Control's been a struggle for Cheney here in the early goings, and coming into today, 3 2/3 innings pitched and has 9 walks. 4 more, so 13 walks. And Cruz hits this one out to center. Coyne started in, drifts back, and makes the catch out in center field, and that'll end the inning. So in the inning for Dodge City, they score twice on no hits. There was 4 walks. 2 men left. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning, 8-3 Dodge City. And welcome back here. Kurt Caden with you from McDonald Stadium. Ethan Payne leads off the bottom of the 6th inning for El Dorado. Broncos short end of an 8-3 game. And Payne looks at the first 2 out of the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. And the third delivery is also out of the zone. 3-0. The 3-0 from Gonzalez is in there for strike 1. Gonzalez came in a mess in the last inning. Walked 1 in, but struck out 2. And only let in that 1 run when the Broncos had the bases loaded with 1 out. A leadoff walk for Ethan Payne. Here's Brady Sargent. Left-handed pitcher Gonzalez. And a throw to first. Payne is picked off. Payne trying to avoid the tag. And did he? He did. He got under the tag of the second baseman. And so Ethan Payne will get a stolen base, won't he? So down to second base is Payne. Sargent at the dish for the Broncos. And the first pitch and a swing and a miss. Sargent is 0 for 2 tonight, a strikeout looking in the second inning and grounded out to second base in the 4th. No balls and 1 strike. And this pitch stays upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike to Sargent. Connor Allen will be next for El Dorado. 8-3 A's, bottom of the 6th inning. 1-1 pitch to Sargent, and that's high, ball 2. Brady Sargent out of St. George, Utah, 6'3", 230. And he goes to Utah Valley State. Two-one pitch from Gonzalez. Spikes it into the turf, 3-1. So Sargent will look for something in his zone here with a 3-1 count. And the pitch, and a good whack at that, but a miss, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes to Sargent. And the pitch, Sargent pops this one. It's gonna, I think, reach the seats. Yep. So another chance for Sargent. Brady coming into play tonight with a 167 batting average. Couple of hits, 1 double, 1 RBI. A 3 in favor of the A's. And the 3-2 pitch. And that's well out of the zone. And so back-to-back walks for El Dorado. Not a lot of bats on balls in the last couple of innings. You figure in the 6th inning, top of the 6th, Dodge City had 4 walks. El Dorado in the 5th inning was walked twice, a hit by pitch. Now 2 walks here in the 6th. So to say we're going along at a snail's pace would be safe, I think. Connor Allen stands in. Connor singled and scored in the 5th inning, and he looks at ball 1. Payne at second, Sargent at first. Connor Allen's hit it hard twice. He grounded out to short his first time. 1 for 2. And fouls this one out of play. So a ball and a strike on Connor Allen. Neither pitchers, Cheney for El Dorado, Gonzalez for Dodge, working very quickly either right now. Here's the 1-1. And a curveball in there for strike 2. Swing and a miss by Connor Allen. So a ball and 2 strikes. Runners at first and second for the Broncos here in the home half of the 6th inning. And the pitch, and Allen hits it out into left field, down to the track, and out of here. Allen with a home run to left field. A 3-run homer, his second hit of the season. And that makes it 8-6. Third home run of the night, 2 by El Dorado, 1 by Dodge City. And a pitching change for the A's. Well, the Broncos right back in it. New pitcher coming in, 8-6 Dodge City here on YouTube. So the El Dorado Broncos. Payne walked, Sargent walked, Connor Allen with a 3-run home run. New pitcher for Dodge City is Brett Johnson. 6'3", 260, right-hander out of Oklahoma Panhandle State University. And he'll start with shortstop Tucker Catlett. Tucker Catlett out of Cloud County, hometown of Lincoln, Nebraska. Catlett coming into play tonight with a .304 batting average. He is 0 for 1 tonight, a walk and a strikeout. So a 3 spot so far for El Dorado. No one out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Catlett squared around, did not go. 1 ball and no strikes. Sure looked like he offered, but here's the 1-0, and Catlett hits this one out into right center field. Tracking it is Cullen, and he's got it for Dodge City for the first out. Top of the order, Jordan Anstandig stands in. Anstandig 1 for 2, a single and scored in the first, struck out in the third. He walked in the 5th. Left-handed batter is Anstandig. .57, 160 out of West Bloomfield, Michigan. Looks at ball 1. And the 1-0, that one just missed, 2-0. So a 2-0 count here for Anstandig, and the pitch is in there for strike 1. Just checking the radar out. Looks like some storms south of Great Bend, Larned, Pratt. Quite a ways away from El Dorado right now. 2 balls and a strike. And that one's outside, ball 3. The 3-1 pitch from Johnson is low, ball 4. And that'll bring up Jarrett Coyne. No one really moving terribly quickly here tonight. Yeah, slowly to the plate, slowly looking in. Not a lot of rhythm right now in this one. Coyne will take this one in the back. Curveball didn't take for Johnson. And a second time tonight, Coyne has been hit by pitch. And here comes Tanner Sheets. Sheets has a home run tonight, a 2-run homer back in the first inning. Since then, 2 strikeouts. He was not happy at all with the called third strike back in the 5th inning. So runners at first and second for Tanner Sheets. 8-6 Dodge City. 3 already in for El Dorado, and Sheets with a mighty rip, but missed it. The 0-1 pitch from Johnson just missed inside, 1-1. Good friend Brock Kampelman, who broadcasts the Liberal games, just posted a picture on Twitter of hail and rain at Brent Gould Stadium. BJs were down 6-1. I'm not sure who Liberal was playing tonight, but they were playing Hayes. 6-1 Larks. Sheets pops this one up. Will it stay in? And it will. A pop out to the catcher. So a big second out for Dodge City. And again, it'll be Sorensen coming up with, last time was bases loaded. He walked. Now runners at first and second. An RBI walk for Sorensen his last time. He's 0 for 2 officially tonight. Tying runs are on the base pads for El Dorado, and Johnson misses, ball one. Pitch from Johnson. Sorensen had a notion, didn't offer at it, and it's 2-0. Same two teams here tomorrow night. Again, last night's game will be made up in later July at Dodge City, July 19th. Gary's already got that marked on his calendar, knows he's going to get to spend 4 fun-filled days out west. Broncos already done with their Hayes trip, and they go to Liberal this weekend, so 2 of the 3 long road trips are out of the way early in the year. Here's a 3-0 in there, 3-1. Those of you new to Jayhawk League baseball, 3 Western teams. Great Bend also that's not as long of a trip. Sorensen had a good whack at it, fouled it into the Dodge City bullpen. But other teams in our league, Hayesville, Derby, very manageable trips here. Full count to Sorensen, and the pitch. Runners on the move, and this one's hit out into center, left center field. That's down for a hit. That one takes a high bounce. Coyne coming around third. They're going to wave him home, and he'll score. Sorensen with a 2-out, 2-run double, and we are tied at 8. A 3-2 double. And Coyne had a running start, scored all the way from first. The 9th batter of the inning for El Dorado is Maddox Solomon. Solomon 0 for 3 tonight, a couple of strikeouts and a ground out. And a curveball to open up the at-bat for a strike. No balls and a strike to Maddox Solomon. 8 hits on the year, 1 home run, and strike 2. Maddox is from San Antonio. Goes to Cisco. 0-2 pitch from Brett Johnson in the turf, and a really nice job there by the new catcher, Kanalu Pitoy. Didn't notice that Noel was out of there. Pitoy is back there catching. I'm going to guess he's going in on Noel's spot, but who knows? 1-2, and Solomon, boy, he waited on that curve and he fouled it off. One ball, 2 strikes. John Sorensen down at second base with that big 2 RBI double. And Johnson saw Sorensen bouncing around, saw the shortstop Ariano going in and out. He ends up stepping off. 5 runs for El Dorado here in the 6th inning. And the 1-2, and that one's low, ball 2. The outfield must be, I've seen 2 balls out into left center field that have really taken like turf hops out there. Here's the 2-2, close. Johnson wanted it, didn't get it, 3-2. So another full count here, the 3-2, and that one's low. And so Solomon walks. Ethan Payne, who led off this inning with a walk and scored on the 3-run homer by Connor Allen, will get another at bat here in the inning. 4 walks and 1 hit by pitch here in the inning from Dodge City pitching. Just 2 Bronco hits, but they've been significant hits, a 3-run homer and a 2-run double. So the mound visit is over. Robert Gonzalez, who came in the 5th inning to clean up a mess, started the 6th inning, walked the first 2 men and gave up a 3-run homer, and he was pulled for Johnson. So here's Ethan Payne, 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. And this one low, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. This top of the 6th inning started at 8:26. This has been a 40-minute inning. 3-0 to Payne. Broncos are a pitch away from having the bases loaded. They're not chasing. Here's a 3-0, and that's low, ball 4. So the bases are loaded. And Brady Sargent steps in. Still in the 80s here in El Dorado. It's a warm night, humid. And Brett Johnson, who came into this inning, still out there. Dodge City with activity in their bullpen. Sargent walked and scored. He's 0 for 2 tonight. And this one in the turf, ball 1. I'd imagine Toby Reuter might have the take sign on all the way here until Johnson throws one across. 1-0 to Sargent. And the pitch, and he was taking all the way and sees that one go across. 1 ball and 1 strike. Down at third is John Sorensen. At second, Maddox Solomon. Ethan Payne is at first. And the pitch to Sargent, hit towards short. Ariano's got it, goes the short way and throw it away. Gets past the second baseman. 2 runs are in for El Dorado. Right fielder overruns the ball. Throw to the plate and safe. Ethan Payne comes all the way around to score. A 3-run error from the Dodge City shortstop. Got to be an error, right? The first error of the night. And not to try to bail out the infielders, but there's been so many walks. There's just not been much movement. All of a sudden, you get a ball finally hit to you. They went the short way to second, and Ariano's throw was low and away, and Jensen couldn't come up with it. 3 runs score on that error. And El Dorado leads 11-8. An 8-run 6th inning to this point for the Broncos. Connor Allen at the plate. And that's inside, 2-0. Allen had the 3-run home run earlier this inning. Singleton scored in the 5th, the 3-run homer here in the 6th, and he bats again here in the 6th. Brady Sargent tussled down to second base on that error. The right fielder, the pinch hit in the top of the 6th, Dylan Johnson. He came in backing up that throw from short to second, and he overran the ball, gathered it, and threw it wildly up the line to home, and Payne was able to score. A good throw probably would have had him. An error on the right fielder as well. And Connor Allen's got a 3-0 count. Pitch from Johnson. And Allen got the green light on 3-0, and he fouled it back. So a 3-1 pitch coming up here from Brett Johnson. And Allen had a good rip there, fouled it out of play, and another full count. How many full counts have we had this inning? Here's the 3-2. And Allen down the third base line, foul. Three-two pitch to Connor Allen. And he reaches out, flips this one down the right field line into foul territory. And the first baseman, Cruz, boy, he was looking back the whole way, and he overran it just a bit, tried to turn his body to make the catch and couldn't do it. So Connor Allen gets new life here. We've got 19 runs combined, but just 10 hits on the night combined. 11-8 El Dorado. Connor Allen with a 3-2 count from Brett Johnson, the pitch. And Allen rifles one into left field. Sargent rounds third, and he is coming home. The throw home, it's going to be close and safe. Petoy couldn't quite gather it and make the tag. The left fielder, Vujovic, held onto it for just a minute, just trying to get a good grip. Down to second base is Allen. So he'll get a single and RBI, moves to second on the throw, and another pitching change for Dodge City. 9 runs are home for the Broncos. 12-8 El Dorado. We're back with more here on YouTube. So we continue on here in the sixth inning. Tucker Catlett comes up. And the second time in this inning that Catlett will face the new pitcher. First, he was the first one to face Brett Johnson. Now he's the first one to face Mark Weinowich. Right-handed pitcher is Weinowich, and he starts Catlett out with strike one. Out of Cal State East Bay, hometown of Yorba Linda, California. Mark Weinowich, Winarowicz. Curveball, it's in there for strike two. So quickly, Catlett in an 0-2 hole. 13th batter of the inning. And the 0-2 fouled off. A running start for Connor Allen. He had third stolen, but with an 0-2 count, Catlett had to protect. No balls, 2 strikes to Catlett. And the pitch is past Petoy, and that will allow Allen to scamper over to third. Pass ball on the new catcher this inning, who's probably felt like he's caught a full game the way this inning has gone. 9 runs across for El Dorado here in the 6th inning. The 1-2 pitch. And Catlett able to hold up on that curve. And it's 2-2. Not a bad 6th inning for Connor Allen. 2 for 2, a home run, a single, and 4 RBI in this 6th inning. Catlett pops one into left center field. That's a base hit. And coming home to score is Connor Allen. And it is 13-8. And Jordan Anstandig stands in. Nice piece of hitting there by Catlett. Got into an 0-2 hole, worked it to a 2-2 count, and then able to deliver a base hit to left center field. And the pitch, Anstandig fouls it off. His bat went flying nearly into the Dodge City dugout. (13-8) El Dorado. The McDonald Stadium scoreboard will not hold a 10-run inning, so we'll probably keep the 9 up there, I guess. That looks better than 0. No balls and a strike to Jordan Anstandig. And a fastball high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Dodge City 2-2 in league play. El Dorado 2-3. The 1-1 curveball and a swing and a miss. Strike 2. The Broncos have been at the plate for 35 minutes. The inning has gone 55 minutes. The 1-2 pitch, low. Petoy does a good job of blocking that one. And it's 2-2. Ten runs have scored for El Dorado here in the 6th inning. Third pitcher of the inning for the A's. And the pitch, and this one is chopped fouled on the third base side. And Standig has walked his last 2 times at the plate. He's scored twice tonight for El Dorado. Wynowich ready to send in the 2-2 pitch. Catlett on the move and a foul ball. Catlett has been cat-like over at first. He takes a small lead and then starts dancing off of there. That time got a pretty good running lead. Wynowich ready. 2-2 pitch, curveball upstairs, 3-2. Games are always archived here on my YouTube channel. Go back and watch any or all of it. Another 3-2 pitch. Again, Cruz staying on the base over at first. Catlett on the move, and Standig for the 3rd time tonight will walk. Good at bat by Jordan. And Jarrett Coyne comes up. Well, where Standig has walked now 3 times in a row, Jarrett Coyne has been hit by pitch 2 times in a row. Umpire needs a fresh supply of baseballs. Jarrett Coyne 0 for 2, 2 hit by pitch, 1 run scored. And the pitch, Coyne bounces it in the hole. Ariano is a diving stop. That saves a run, but that'll be a hit for Jarrett Coyne. That was a sparkling defensive play. And Tanner Sheets, for the 2nd time tonight, will come up with the bases loaded. So Catlett down to 3rd. Standig at 2nd. Coyne at 1st. And Tanner Sheets at the plate. And he looks at ball 1. Sheets is 1 for 4 tonight. 2-run home run back in the 1st inning. A no-doubter over the left field wall. And that one's high, ball 2. Sheets coming into play tonight. 3 doubles, a triple, and a homer. Now add another homer to that. Two balls and no strikes to Tanner Sheets. And the pitch, that's outside, ball 3. Boy, Dodge City has been so close to getting out of this inning. Johnson induced a ground ball to short. Turned into a 3-run error. Pop up down the first base line. Cruz couldn't corral it. Sheets swinging 3-0. Got a pitch he liked, and he fouled it straight back. Been numerous 3-2 counts in this inning. And El Dorado's been on the winning side of them. 3-1 to Tanner Sheets. And the pitch, and that's high, ball 4. Another run scores for El Dorado. An RBI for Sheets. So Catlett scores, and Standig walks down to 3rd, Coyne to 2nd, Sheets at 1st, and here's John Sorensen. You might remember, it was a while ago, it feels like, a 2-strike. It was a 3-2 pitch to Sorensen, and he was able to get a 2-run double onto left field. And the first pitch gets past Patoy, and Standig didn't get a good read. The other 2 runners, Coyne and Sheets, did. Sheets was almost down to second base. 14-8 El Dorado. 1 ball and no strikes to Sorensen. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Double, walk, 3 RBIs. And the pitch, and a swing and a miss by Sorensen. Well, Gary will be busy adding up numbers to the offensive numbers here. Boy, the Broncos had 3 runs coming into this inning. They've scored 11 times. The 1-1 is high, 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Sorensen, and he got a good rip here out to right field to the scoreboard, and gone. A grand slam for John Sorensen. Holy cow, that was a no-doubter out to right field. First grand slam of the year. That is now 7 RBIs tonight for Sorensen. Just when you think you have an offensive leader, I was talking to Gary that Connor Allen really seems to be the offensive star. Well, now John Sorensen puts his name, 7 RBIs is nothing too shabby, and it's 18-8, El Dorado. And with Maddox Solomon coming up, they will have batted around twice this inning. Solomon is the 18th batter of the inning. Is that right? Yeah. Curveball high. This inning started with an Ethan Payne walk. How long ago does that walk feel like right now? 15 runs here in the 6th inning for El Dorado. The 1-0. And this one's shot out into center field. That's a base hit for Solomon. And the Broncos just keep it going. Ethan Payne, I watched a lot of baseball. I'm not sure I've seen a guy get 3 at-bats in 1 inning. Gary's seen more than I have. So Ethan Payne, for the 3rd time in the 6th inning, will bat. He's walked and scored each time. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Well, again, Dodge has to be thinking that 3-base error, that Sargent was able to get out to second base. Bases were loaded. Curveball misses. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ethan Payne. Payne officially on the night 1 for 2. 18-8 El Dorado. And the 1-1. And this one's served on to right field. Solomon takes another look, and he'll hold up at second base. And runners at first and second for Sargent. Yeah, I need to take a look at my radar here. Gary informed me. Now, we don't have rain close yet, but let's just say the skies opened up. He says this game would go back to the top of the 6th inning when it was 8-3. Sargent looks at ball 1. Winovich is the 3rd Dodge City pitcher here in the 6th inning. And Sargent charges one down the left field line, and that's fair. That'll go to the wall. Payne will walk in. Here comes Solomon scores. Now Payne scores, and it's a 2-run double for Brady Sargent. I was looking down at my scorecard. I got mixed up. Two more runs in, and it's 20-8 El Dorado. Just hugged the third base line, or the left field line, I should say. So here is Connor Allen. Well, Allen now with Sorensen doing what he's done. We'll see what Connor Allen can do here. All he's done is go 3 for 4 tonight with 2 singles, a home run, 3 runs scored, and 4 RBI. And he looks at strike 1. Allen has a homer and a single in this inning. 20-8 Broncos. And the catcher Patoy wants to go out and talk to Winowich. 17 runs here in the inning. Looking at the outs, 12 unearned runs. Wow, because of that 2-out error. Yeah. No balls and a strike here to Connor Allen. 12 unearned runs. And that curveball is a beauty. That's in there for strike 2. It was 8-3 Dodge City heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is 20-8 El Dorado. 0-2 count to Connor Allen. And that one bounces in there. And Sargent unable to advance. Good job by Patoy to really smother that ball. The outs in the inning, Tucker Catlett flew out to center field. That was the first out. Tanner Sheets popped out to the catcher. Allen fouls this one back. So since that second out by Sheets, and at that point, how many runs had scored in the inning? Three. Well, let's see. Only 3 runs had scored at that point. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Allen. And this one's hit in the hole. That's a base hit. Sargent to third, and he'll be held up at third. Connor Allen came into play tonight with no hits. He has 3 hits in the 6th inning. Ever since Sheets got out, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Here's a throw down to first. That goes out into right field. Sargent wasn't going to come score, but now he will. So that'll be an error, probably on the catcher, I'm guessing. "14 straight Broncos have reached since that second out. If I'm adding it up right. Tucker Catlett looks at ball 1, ball 2, 2-0. 21-8 El Dorado. And the 2-0 pitch fouled back. Catlett is 1 for 3 tonight. Catlett had 2 at-bats coming into the 6th inning, and this is his 3rd at-bat in this inning. I mean, these are just crazy numbers that are occurring here. 2-2 on that swing and miss. It really is a scorekeeper's nightmare. My book is about full, and as Gary said, we still have 3 innings to go. Here's the 2-2. Curveball in there for strike 3. And that will end the inning. Holy cow. The Broncos scored 18 times. How many hits? I got to add this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits. There was a couple of errors. 21-8 El Dorado. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back here on YouTube. Well, Gary has just reloaded his lead in his pencil. That 6th inning. Don't forget, Dodge City in the top of the 6th inning received 4 Bronco walks, scored twice, batted 7 guys. So in total, to my numbers here, that 6th inning alone lasted 1 hour and 10 minutes. Maddox Solomon is the new pitcher for El Dorado. And now I'm sure the message from Toby Reuter, throw strikes. Pitoy getting his first at bat of the night. He came in to catch. I don't think he caught the 5th inning, so he came in to catch the 6th inning. And what an inning to come in and have to have the gear on. And quickly 3-0. There's a strike, 3 balls and 1 strike. Top of the 7th inning, 21-8. El Dorado. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. Broncos tonight, according to Gary, 7 for 12 with runners in scoring position. Pitoy sprays one foul. And the 3-2 right off the fists, and that will end up in foul territory. Here's a 3-2 again, and again, Pitoy able to spoil that. Solomon certainly working quicker than any pitcher we've seen here tonight. A couple of errors in that inning. So how many unearned total? It was total of 12, or was there more after you told me that? There's a strike 3 looking of Pitoy. And 1 away. So Owen Jensen steps in for Dodge City. And this one's off his fist right down to third. Sorensen's got it. And a throw over to first and retires Johnson. 2 away for Ariano. Although it looks like a pinch hitter. Isaiah Haddad is going to pinch hit. So with 2 away, new batter here is Haddad. First pitch to Haddad is fastball high, 1 ball and no strikes. And Haddad hits it down to third. Sorensen stumbles, now throws and retires Haddad a 1-2-3 7th inning. So it's time to stretch here at McDonald Stadium. A huge turnaround here between the Broncos and the A's. The Broncos lead 21-8. You're watching and listening to Bronco Baseball on YouTube. Well, El Dorado in the bottom of the 6th inning sent 22 batters to the plate, scored 18 times, and then they retired Dodge City 1-2-3 in the top of the 7th. So the Broncos right back at the plate, and it's Jordan Anstandig. And Dylan Nanny is the new pitcher out of Arizona Western College. He had pinch hit earlier in the game and was out in the field, and now is going to try to eat up the next couple innings for Dodge City. And it's 2-0. Two-0 pitch coming, and a foul tip. I don't see Nanny on the stats, so I'm guessing he might not be a regular pitcher. Again, probably just trying to eat some innings here. Winovich had only pitched in 1 game, had 2 innings, and just given up 1 run. Most of those runs in that 8th inning, or in that 6th inning, were unearned. Here's a fly ball to left field and caught. So a fly out to left field for Anstandig, and here comes Jarrett Coyne. Jarrett Coyne. First pitch swinging, a high fly ball out into shallow right field, and it'll be caught. I think that's Dylan Johnson out there in right field. It is number 11. Dylan Johnson with the catch out in right field. So very quickly, 2 outs for El Dorado, and here's Tanner Sheets. And he looks at ball one. Tanner Sheets, 3 RBIs on the night, 2-run home run, and then he was walked with the bases loaded. Officially tonight, 1 for 4. 2 runs scored, 3 runs driven in. And Sheets didn't mean to, but he did. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and a strike, and that one in the turf, 3-1. 3-1 to Sheets. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Another full count. And that one low, ball 4. So Sheets will take a walk. KU pitcher Connor Van Cleve started the game for Dodge City. And after giving up that 2-run homer to Sheets, really settled in. Retired the Broncos in order in the third. Leadoff walk, or in the second, I should say. Leadoff walk in the third, followed 3 straight outs. A 2-out single in the fourth, but no harm done. And in the fifth, got into a little bit of trouble. Couldn't finish the 5th inning. But Gonzalez came in and walked in a run, but struck out 2 to get out of a bases-loaded jam and only allowed 1 run. And then things really got crazy, of course. Quickly 0-2 on John Sorensen, who's got a double and a homer, 7 runs driven in, a grand slam home run by Sorensen, a no-doubter over the McDonald Stadium scoreboard. Brad Longfield wouldn't hold it. 1-2 here to Sorensen. 3 home runs tonight by El Dorado. Tanner Sheets with a 2-run shot, Connor Allen with a 3-run shot, and Sorensen with a grand slam. Here's a ground ball over to second base. Jensen has it over to first, and that will retire Sorensen. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We'll head to the 8th inning. 21-8, El Dorado. Dylan Johnson leading off for the A's here in the top of the 8th inning against Maddox Solomon. And here's a ground ball out to short. Catlett's got it over to first, and they retire Johnson. Boy, Maddox Solomon has really come in throwing strikes. And that'll bring up Kyle Cullen. Kyle Cullen from Stephen F. Austin University out of Mansfield, Texas. And Solomon right in the zone for strike one. The 0-1 pitch is high, 1 ball, 1 strike. 21-8 El Dorado here in the top of the 8th inning. Same 2 teams here tomorrow night. 7 o'clock first pitch. You can watch it and listen to it here on YouTube tomorrow night. Broncos are off Thursday. And then they head to Liberal. Liberal getting a heavy rainstorm tonight. Two balls and 2 strikes to Cullen. Cullen is 1 for 1, couple of walks, 2 runs scored, and he slaps one foul. 81 degrees, humidity at 76% still here. Solomon just misses there. And a 3-2 pitch coming here to Cullen. And the 3-2 is low, ball 4. So Cullen has walked 3 times tonight. A 1-out walk, and this is Adam Holler. 5'10", 170-pounder, hitting for David Gonzalez. Adam Holler, just 5 at-bats on the season. No hits. He has walked once, and that was an RBI. Must have been a bases-loaded walk. And he's first pitch swinging, lifts one into the open area there on the right field foul line, and unable to run it down is the right fielder, Connor Allen. So strike 1. Dodge has played about everybody they have. Quick throw over to first. 21-8 Broncos. No balls and a strike to Holler. And this one is served out into right field and a base hit. Allen takes it on 1 bounce, and runners at first and second for Dodge City. So here's Jordan Vujovic. Vujovic on this long night is officially 0 for 1. He's walked twice, been hit by a pitch, and struck out. Pitch there, hit out to short, and Catlett was shading towards second. This one out into left field, and everyone moves up 1 base, so the bases are loaded for the pitcher, Dylan Nanny, who came in and pinch hit for the DH Fiecchio, and now is pitching. Clean single by Vujovic. That seemed to be one of those where if Catlett is just playing in his normal position, it might have been a 6-4-3, but he was trying to keep the runner at second close. But really, in a 21-8 game, I don't know if the Broncos need to be too concerned with runners right now. So Nanny ahead 1-0. Solomon working quickly. The 1-0 is outside 2-0. Here's a 2-0 pitch. And this one's off the fist, and that's probably an infield fly. No call by the umpires. Easy catch for Catlett. No advance by the runners, and there's 2 away. Solomon got in on the fist there of Nanny. And that'll bring up Jake Cruz. Jake Cruz, about 3 hours ago, had a 2-run home run to give Dodge City a 2-0 lead. Here's the first pitch, and he was looking to make it 21-12 right there. Swing and a miss, strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Cruz. And again, high ball and swung again by Cruz, 0-2. Jake Cruz goes to Delta College from Brentwood, California. And the 0-2. Outside, ball one. Wouldn't fish after that one. Here's the 1-2 and a swing and a miss. Cruz didn't get cheated. 3 big rips up there, but couldn't connect. No runs, a couple of hits. Bases left loaded for Dodge City. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, 21-8. El Dorado. You're watching and listening to Bronco Baseball on YouTube. Bottom of the 8th inning, about to start here from beautiful El Dorado. Nanny still on the hill for the A's, and Maddox Solomon at the dish. 1-0 pitch in the turf, 2-0. I wonder if Gary could dig back in his long history of games, how many times he has seen where 2 DHs ended up pitching to each other. Generally, as a DH, you figure you're probably not going to get on the defensive side, and yet these two both started. Well, Nanny subbed in as he pinch hit for the DH, and then was brought out to pitch. Maddox Solomon was brought out to pitch, and we've been very impressed with what Maddox has done on the hill. He's been working quickly, throwing strikes, and moving things along here. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Solomon. Solomon is 1 for 4 with a walk, 2 runs scored, and a foul ball. Two balls, 2 strikes to Solomon. And that pitch just off the corner. Full count. So the 3-2 pitch to Solomon, and a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Ethan Payne stands in. It was Ethan Payne. He was the first of the 22 batters in the 6th inning. He batted 3 times. He was walked twice, singled, scored 3 times in the 6th inning. Payne and Sargent both scored 3 times in the 6th. That's a rare feat right there. 0-1 to Payne and 1-1. Do hope you'll drop me an email from time to time. They're always fun to hear from parents and usually give me some tidbits on their sons out here. Our email address is cadenbroadcasting@gmail.com. Two balls and a strike here to the catcher, Ethan Payne. And the pitch, and Payne shoots one down the left field line, but it hooks foul. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a foul ball. Fun to see in the recent MLB draft, former Broncos Kyle Kasser. He was drafted by the Royals. And Tyler, I knew I'd forget. Was it Burns? There's a 2-2 pitch coming up. And it's 3-2. Tyler Webb. Tyler Webb was drafted in the 40th round of the Twins. A couple of guys that we saw play here in El Dorado. Here's a 3-2 pitch, and that's outside. They're going to call strike 3. And maybe on another night, Payne might have a word, but the blue behind the plate might be ready to just move this one along. 2 away for El Dorado. Here's Brady Sargent. Sargent had a 2-run double in the 6th inning. It was Sargent's ground ball to short with the bases loaded. Throw over to second was errant. 3 runs scored. And the wheels really came off at that point for the A's. Sargent takes a look, 1 ball and 1 strike. (21-8) El Dorado here in the bottom of the 8th. Sargent shoots one foul. So a ball and 2 strikes. All home games broadcast here on YouTube. Just subscribe to my channel. It's free. And I'll try to get links up about 15 to 30 minutes before each home game. Here's the 1-2 from Nanny to Sargent. And Sargent shoots it right up the middle for a base hit. And Connor Allen will step up. When a team scores 21 runs, it's hard to pick just one guy, but Allen and Sorensen probably would be the 2 you look at here tonight as the offensive stars. And again, Michael Cheney is in line for the win here tonight. Cheney did a good job in the 5th inning, but then really struggled in the 6th. He walked 4 A's in that inning. It was 8-3 when he left. And the next thing we knew, it was 21-8 El Dorado. No balls and 2 strikes here to Connor Allen. Allen is 4 for 5 tonight. 3 singles and a 3-run home run. 4 RBIs. 3 runs scored. 4 for 5, 4 RBI, or do you go Sorensen, 2 for 5 with 7 RBI? Here's the 1-2, and Allen hits it to shortstop, and a short way to second to end the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors. We'll head to the 9th inning. El Dorado 21, Dodge City 8. Bronco Baseball on YouTube. So Petoy will lead it off for Dodge City. First pitch swinging and serves one out into left center field. That'll split the outfielders, and Petoy will get a leadoff double after that's his second at bat of the night. He struck out his first time, and that was a sharp double out to left center field. So Owen Jensen will come up to the plate. 21-8 El Dorado here in the top of the 9th inning. Maddox Solomon remains on the hill for El Dorado. And a foul tip into the glove of Ethan Payne. Strike one. Well, it came out of his glove. Jensen tonight is 1 for 4, a double back in the 3rd inning. And then 3 infield groundouts. Oh, 1 pitch is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. And that one out of the zone, 2-1. El Dorado tonight, along with their 21 runs and 15 hits, they've been walked 11 times by A's pitching. In that disastrous 6th inning for Dodge City, they walked El Dorado 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 walks in that inning. Uh-huh. 3 balls, 1 strike, and a drive out to right field by Jensen. He got a lot of it and carrying out of the yard. 2-run home run for Owen Jensen. Tell you what, these guys tonight, the home runs have been no doubters. Guess the only one that might have been a little in question was the first one by Cruz. So that makes it 21-10. And Solomon will try to regroup here and get back to work. Isaiah Haddad came in the game, batted in the 7th inning, grounded out to third. First pitch swinging and fouls it off. Haddad coming into tonight with a .222 average. No balls and a strike, and this one inside, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Solomon in line for a save here for El Dorado. This is his 3rd inning. And a high fly, right field. Allen coming in, Anstende coming out, and Allen makes the catch out in shallow right field. There was a triangle of Bronco out there, and Allen took command. So Dylan Johnson stands in with 1 away here in the 9th. 5 home runs hit here tonight, 3 by El Dorado, 2 by Dodge City. The A's have 2 2-run home runs. The Broncos have a grand slam, a 3-run homer, and a 2-run homer. 1 ball and no strikes to Johnson. He's 0 for 2. And he fires one into left field. That's a base hit. And Sheets with it out in left. Here's a strong throw to second, and that'll hold Johnson to a single. Well, the A's aren't getting cheated here in the 9th. Putting good wood on the ball. Kyle Cullen comes up. He is singled and scored in the 3rd inning, walked in the 4th, walked in the 6th, and walked in the 8th. First pitch to Cullen is in there for strike 1. The Broncos have walked 8 A's tonight, so we've had 19 walks. Here's a flare out into left field. That's going to fall in there. And Dodge City battling here. Runners at first and second. And Holler will come up for his second at bat. He singled his first time. 21-10 El Dorado. 1 away here in the 9th. Runners at first and second for Dodge City. First pitch high. And Dodge certainly putting good wood on the ball. If you're a Bronco fan at this stage of the game, you got to like that Solomon's throwing strikes. They're hitting the ball. Nothing free so far. Foul ball out of play. We're back here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Was going to be a 3-game series. No game last night. It'll be made up July 19th at Dodge City. So this is just an abbreviated 2-game series here at home. Holler looks at strike 2. So a ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch from Maddox Solomon. And that just missed. Good fastball by Solomon. Holler came in for Gonzalez. David Gonzalez was the leadoff batter. Holler got a single in the 8th. Here he is batting again in the 9th. The 2-2. Low, ball 3. So a 3-2 pitch coming here to Adam Holler. And this one's shot into right field just like he did in the 8th. Allen comes up and they will have him loaded. 3 straight singles. So a double, a homer, a fly out, a single, a single, a single. And here's Vujovic with the bases loaded. Vujovic struck out in the fourth, singled in the eighth. He walked and scored in the third, walked in the sixth, and was hit by a pitch in the first. And he looks at ball one. Here's the pitch upstairs, 2-0. Well, that's what you got to love about baseball. There's no time limit. 27 outs needed. The Broncos have gotten 25 outs. They need 2 more. Here's a 2-0 pitch. That one's in there for strike one. Johnson's at third, Cullen at second, Holler at first. And the 2-1 pitch, and that's in there for strike two. Good spot there for Solomon. Broncos lead by 11 here in the ninth. Dodge has already scored 2. And the 2-2 pitch from Solomon. And this one shot into left field, and that'll be foul. Takes one bounce and into the El Dorado bullpen. Two pitch to Vujovic. And this one served out to Coyne out in center field. He'll come up and he'll throw through, but that's going to score a run. And it's 21-11. But the Broncos will gladly take it out for a run right now. So an RBI, a sac fly for Vujovic, his first RBI of the night. 21-11. More importantly for El Dorado, 2 away. Here's Dylan Nanny. He's 0 for 1. He walked in the sixth, popped out to short in the eighth. And high, ball one. And again, a matchup of 2 designated hitters. 1 ball, no strikes. Nanny hits one out into left field. Sheets ranging over towards the line, makes the catch. And the El Dorado Broncos get the win by a score of 21-11. For El Dorado, 21 runs, 15 hits, and 0 errors. For Dodge City, 11 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors. The winning pitcher tonight is Michael Cheney. The losing pitcher is going to be, I think, Dylan Gonzalez. And the save goes to Maddox Solomon. Time of tonight's game, 3 hours and 21 minutes. And the El Dorado Broncos move to 3-3 in league play. Dodge City falls to 2-3. Our final score, El Dorado, with an 18-run 6th inning, wins this game 21-11. One of the most amazing innings I have ever witnessed. Hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, enjoyed your emails and your comments. Do apologize for some of our technical issues midway through this game, but glad that many of you came back on the part 2 link that I provided. We're back on the air tomorrow night. 7 o'clock will be first pitch. Try to get the stream going 20 minutes or so before. And we'll have play-by-play starting at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Dodge City and El Dorado in the final game of this 2-game series. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Kurt Caden bidding you good night from El Dorado.